Why don't I want to help women? Because this is a self-improvement channel for men, and men only. Young men, middle-aged men, old men, anyone with a dick. This is a self-improvement channel for you to become a man, and if you're a man, to keep on elevating. It's just that simple. If you're a boy, level up to a man. If you're a man, level up to, just keep leveling up to godhood, if you will, whatever you want to call it. But that's what this channel's about. I read a few comments in the comment section, and I shouldn't be so hard on my brethren and things of that nature, and I should help my sisters more and blah blah blah, all this nonsense. And the reason why I call it nonsense is because this is a self-improvement channel for men and men only. It's just that simple. Males and males only. Like, why should I? There's enough help out there for women. They can help themselves. They don't need no man. Last I checked, if you're a man out there talking about supporting the matriarch, then you're on the wrong channel. If you're on the wrong channel, you need to unsubscribe. In case you don't know, you need to know. I'm the only YouTuber that I know out of the millions and billions of people on YouTube. I'm the only one that's going to encourage you to unsubscribe if you don't like what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just that damn simple. Unsubscribe. And I encourage you. I seriously do. And I lose subscribers every now and then. When I had my old channel, I was gaining subscribers, but I was also losing subscribers because I wouldn't conform. They thought that I wouldn't conform. They tried to talk to me in the comment section and say I should lighten up, and I should know. You should unsubscribe to my channel and go find something with pink panties to talk about. Go talk about your pink panties that you like to wear somewhere else, because I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to help women. They got enough help. They got enough help. They don't need no man. They don't need no nothing. Go ahead and go fuck yourself then. That's fine. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. They can go fuck themselves. They can help themselves. They got enough help. In case you don't know, the matriarch is in control of the world. Not men. The matriarch's in control of the world. And comments like that show that you're weak. You're weak. You're weak and you fell for it. And you're going to keep on falling for it because you're pussy whipped, or you're just confused and you don't know. And you're a male and you think that you're something else. And you're trying to stand with the matriarch because you're weak. Because you got weak legs. You got weak little legs. Little tiny little legs. You know? You want to hang on to your girlfriends. You want to hang on to your wife. You want to hang on to your thoughts. You want to try and justify. You need to justify. You say this because you need to justify your own life. And if you have someone like me, Alpha T Fitness, that knows the game, that's winning the game every single second of every single day, if I conform to your bullshit, then it validates your existence. You better go validate your own existence, because I'm not helping a damn woman on my channel. I'm not helping a damn female on my channel. I don't even respond to them in the comment sections. I delete their comments. They're not welcome here. They're not welcome here. This is a place for men to feel 100% alpha and welcome. Not for no weak bullshit where you're afraid to curse or you're afraid to say something that's not politically correct. No, I'm willing to die for my cause. Because there's no point in living otherwise. It's just that damn simple. To me, it's just that damn simple. There's no point in living otherwise. I'm not gonna live like a bitch. What the fuck do you think I am? You're on the wrong channel. You gotta unsubscribe and get the fuck off my channel. It's just that simple. You're on the wrong channel. And you gotta find a channel that makes you feel warm and fuzzy, you know, that makes you feel like you're wearing pink little panties. You know, you gotta find those types of channels, because you're not a man, you're confused. And I'm not trying to help people that are confused. My message is very simple. We live in the most technological age that in our humanity. In our humanity, we live in the most technological age. Information is all over the place and you're still confused. That's on you. That's on you. I'm not trying to break every single damn thing down and save the entire world. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm trying to save alpha men. That's it. I'm trying to save alpha males. That's all I care about. And the ones that will receive my message will receive my message. And the ones that won't receive my message will be the ones that will still be combative in the comment sections. You'll eventually get deleted and blocked because I'm not arguing with you. I will gladly lose 100 subscribers than welcome any one of you that want to come to my channel and try and change it into something with pink panties and feathers and light and weak. Where instead of men talking with bass in your voice, you got men talking like this, like they got a stick up their ass. Nah, you're on the wrong channel. I'm not trying to compromise with you. I'm not trying to compromise with anyone that has a wife. I'm not trying to compromise with anyone that has a girlfriend. No, I'm a creation. I'm a creation of what society has made me. I'm a product of society. everyone is a product of society, for better or for worse. And society, the matriarchal society, is what made me. They created me. The difference between me and you that are feminine is I decided not to go the feminine way. The matriarch created you too, but you're feminine. And you decided to tap out and be weak because you want your mother's love and your sister's love and your girlfriend's love, and you want to be so accepted by all these women that don't give a fucking shit about you in the fucking first place. So that's you. That's not me. That's not me. And it's easy for me to say this because of my past and prior experiences. I'm not just some angry black guy walking around yelling at his camera, screaming at his camera. Well, I am doing that, but I'm not just upset, frustrated, angry, driven, and bitter for no purpose, for no reason. I'm not. I've been through a lot of things, as I'm sure you guys have as well. But the difference between me and you, I don't tap. I'm not tapping now. I'm on SR sobriety in earnest. I'm on complete detox. It's just that simple. No females, no women in my life, period. None. I don't want them. And that's what you guys out there need to understand that are against my message. You need to understand that you're weak. That you're weak-minded. And you don't have what it takes. And with the current frame of mind that you have right now, why don't I help women more? And why do I be more merciful? And you'll never have what it takes. You'll never have what it takes to reach it, to win the game. You'll never have what it takes. This is a game. You guys out there, you're playing the game backwards. And a lot of you guys aren't even playing the game at all. It's a game. It's a game. Why should we help women? Why should we? Why? So they can keep on taking our kids, so they can keep on thotting around, so they can keep on having no accountability for nothing? Why? Why? Because she smiles at you? Because she talks to you? Because she gets your dick hard? You little weakling? You're a weakling. You're a weakling and you're pussy whipped. And it's just that simple. I'm not going to talk about this the entire video. I just wanted to get that off my chest because it was in my comments. And I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what the fuck this guy was talking about. So, I got that off my chest. For you guys that understand where I'm coming from, you know where I'm coming from. And you know that it's completely useless and pointless to try to help women. And to try to give your, I mean, what do I get in return? The first thing that I'm thinking about is, what do I get in return? What do you get in return for talking to a woman, for helping a woman? What do you get in return? You get bullshit. You get your legs weakened. Even if you don't fuck her. Just to associate with women weakens your legs. You get all giddy. You lose the bass in your voice. You got to start talking softer because, oh, you don't want to offend her because you got to start talking like this and this a little bit more. You got to start talking like this so that you don't offend her. You got to start being, you start being a bitch. You start bitching out little by little, and you won't see it. You won't see it immediately, but you'll see it. As time goes along, you start conforming and doing things that you start walking with her, walking slow like her, talking like her, moving like her, looking out for her. What the fuck are you doing? You're on clown retention is what you're on, and you're a fraud. You're a fraud. That's what you are. You get nothing in return for helping women. It's just about what you can do for them. It's just that simple. You guys out there that are just chasing all these females and things of that nature, and then you get surprised. You get surprised when they turn on you, or when you see them with another dude. You get surprised. Why are you surprised for? I've been telling you for years. Well, months now, anyway. But it's just the same. It's the same rinse and repeat system that's been happening for years. And you're surprised? Come on, you got all these female retention channels all over the place. You have enough experience, and if you don't have enough experience, you should know that you're wasting your time. You're gonna get nothing in return. All she's gonna do is just fuck you And then it's just your turn. You ain't special, it's just your turn. It's just that damn simple. It's just that simple. It is your turn. It's your turn. You're not special. Once your time is up and you're not interesting anymore, she'll drop you like a bag of dirt. So instead of going that route, I choose the correct path. The correct path is to follow what is true to a man. What is true to a man is his birthright. What is his birthright? His birthright is his semen. His semen is God. It's the power of creation, procreation. So if you can create a life, you can create anything else that is lesser of a life. You can better your life. You can change your circumstances. You can change everything by simply just retaining. Nothing complicated. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You attain and everything gets better. You don't retain, everything falls apart. You suffer the semen retention penalties. The toughest thing to do when you're getting on semen retention and detoxing from your drugs and alcohol abuse is the detox. The detox. Not every detox and not every man is created equal when it comes to detox. If you're going through weed withdrawal, cigarette withdrawal, alcohol withdrawal, I've been through all of that. And every now and then those symptoms come back up, nowhere near as frequently as they used to when I first detoxed. First went into the detox phase of just stopping everything. But every now and then it comes through in like cold sweats. You have a hard time sleeping. You wake up in the middle of the night feeling awful, depressed, negative energy just heavy on you. Bear with it, guys. Bear with it. I promise you, you get to the other side of it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I know you want to quit cold turkey, and you guys out there, a lot of you guys out there are tapering off bit by bit because it's hard to do a lot of things cold turkey, quit a lot of things cold turkey. I understand. You're talking to someone that was an addict for 21 years. If I'm really being honest, 21 and a half years, maybe just round off to 22. For 22 years, I was an addict, just strung the fuck out, strung out on too many drugs. Heroin, cigarettes, weed, alcohol, K2. What the fuck else am I missing? I did LSD, ecstasy, acid, Molly. It didn't matter. Life was a party. It didn't matter. Life was a party. And I combined all of that with drinking, of course, every single day, and chasing thoughts and fucking thoughts, and masturbating. Oh yeah, I was living the life. Oh hell yeah, I was living the fucking life. I was killing myself is what I was doing. And you know, you live and learn. And I made it out. And there are many men of all ages that have done far less than what I've done, and they didn't make it out. So the fact that I made it out tells me that I had a purpose, because it didn't make any sense for me to make it out of all of that when I feel like I probably shouldn't be here right now. It's an odd feeling. So common sense just told me that I have a higher purpose, to do something, and I didn't know what it was. And it took a while for me to find this purpose, to just start talking, to start speaking in front of a camera. No edits, none of that bullshit. I don't have time for edits. I don't care for edits. It's a distraction for me. I care more about getting the message across than editing and making things look all cute and whatever the fuck. I give a fuck less about that shit. Just understand what the fuck I'm talking about. That's all I care about, and apply it to your life. You have to be cruel on this journey of semen retention, especially in your detox. That's when your discipline comes in, because no one's going to hold you accountable but you. You have to hold yourself accountable. Only you can hold yourself accountable. When no one is looking, when you're in your room by yourself, when you're in that dark room by yourself, when it's quiet, when it's silent in the middle of the night, you have to understand that is when you build your strength. That is when you hold yourself most accountable, when no one is looking, when no one's going to say, oh, you fucked up, and no one's going to say any of that when you're by yourself. but you can pat yourself on the back for being a good soldier when you're by yourself. And that's when you gain the most strength. So when you come out in public, you have even more confidence. That's where the confidence comes from. That's where the seam of attention confidence comes from. When you are earnest, when you're being honest with yourself, when you're being honest with yourself in the darkness. The darkness is the best time to work on yourself when no one is looking. You ain't got to tell nobody your business. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing. You don't have to say nothing. Just work on yourself. And through those trials and errors of you working on yourself in earnest, you will find your purpose. That is a 100% guarantee. This is not an opinion. This is a 100% fact. Because you fall aligned with you fall completely aligned with the universe. So it's not some opinion, some magical bullshit. No, this is 100% facts. It's just they don't teach any of this shit in school or anywhere, because it is the complete awakening and bold power of a man waking up. And that's what they don't want. If a man wakes up, if every man in the world wakes up, every man that has a dick wakes up and understands that he is alpha, he is testosterone, he is masculinity personified, then the system collapses. The system collapses. Everything collapses. Social media collapses. The porn industry collapses. Every government in the world collapses. Wars stop. Everything collapses. And we go after the ones that that we need to go after to really revolutionize this world. But when you have cinema, you have social media, you have advertising, and you have corporations and banks ruling you and telling you what a man is and what a man isn't, and where a man is supposed to go and what a man is supposed to wear and how he's supposed to talk, without any serious pushback, then you have what we have today, which is called Earth. You have what you have today, a walking pile of, a living pile of shit, a cesspool of shit, if you will. And that's exactly what humanity is and what Earth is now. It's just a cesspool of disgusting shit, of a bunch of males that don't know what to do, where to go, just follow orders, and anything just to feel good. And to me, I see a lot more males that are suicidal than they want to give themselves credit for. Because if you're doing all this stuff, if you can't tell me that you want to live when you're smoking cigarettes, when you're jacking off all the time. You can't tell me you want a good life when you're drinking all the time and you're destroying your liver, you're destroying your cells, and you're destroying your brain, your brain power, regarding your brain being able to function properly and accordingly, accurately, quick reflexes, quick reactions. But everyone is slow. Everyone is slow. You see it more. You see the state of men, especially if you're here in America. Just look at how men used to look in the late 1800s, early 1900s, compared to how they look now. But the majority of them are obese, out of shape, and if they're not obese, they look like twigs ready to be blown away with the wind because they don't work out of nothing. But hey, they got nice Jordans, right? Hey, you got them nice. You're looking clean, right? So as long as you're looking clean, I guess that's what makes you a man. As long as you got a car, I guess that's what makes you a man. As long as you got a house and a massive career making multi-billions of dollars, I guess that makes you a man. Nay. It's all material gain to me. Understand, take care of yourself. Don't be on the street. Don't be poor. Don't be a loser. But all the money in the world cannot fix your character, cannot give you true honesty, cannot give you true integrity, cannot give you true guidance. It can't and it won't. You'll have all the money, but eventually you're going to need seam of attention. You're going to cross that road to where you're going to need seam of attention. You got to make a choice whether you're going to retain or whether you're going to continue a life of degeneracy. Now, if that's what you want to do, then that's your choice, but you're just going to die. That's all. You're going to get sick. You're going to die. You're going to have many, many issues. Things are not going to go your way because when you're not on seam of attention, hardly anything goes your way. Especially when you become aware of seam of attention. When you become aware of seam of attention, things change drastically. things change drastically, even if you're a naysayer. If you're a naysayer, you say, oh, it's just placebo. It's too late now. You're on this channel. You just heard what I said. You can't unhear what the fuck I just said. So now when things don't go right, you're going to remember what the fuck I just said about semen retention and semen retention penalties. Because it's true. It's true. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. Like, this is some hocus pocus bullshit. But it's true. So conversely, when you get to the other side and you're on semen retention and you actually believe in it, not even just believe in it, but know that it's true, then, only then, you will see the difference in how things correlate in your life. Things will just happen. Things will just, it won't matter. Every single day, things will just happen to work in your favor. That doesn't mean you're going to be free of troubles and free of, oh, everything's going to be heaven on earth, but you're going to be a lot more composed. You're going to be a lot more composed. You're going to be able to articulate yourself in any and all situations. It doesn't matter. It's unbelievable, but it's true. It gives you a confidence that you can't learn anywhere. You can't learn it anywhere. It's all within you. You've always had that confidence. You've always had that masculinity. You've always had that testosterone. You out there that are out of shape and things of that nature. You out there that are too skinny. You out there that are just now learning about semen retention, understand that you must work on your body. It is not okay to be out of shape if you are a man. We aren't born obese. And there is no genetic excuse of, oh, I'm just big bone. Be big bone. There's 3 different body types. There's the mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph body types. Those 3 types of body types. But out of all those 3 types of body types, that is true. That's scientifically true. That's scientifically a proven fact that there are 3 different types of body types within our humanity. But I've never seen an obese baby born, a fat baby. You're not born obese. You're not born obese. You have to take care of yourself, guys. You got to take care of yourself. Stop neglecting taking care of yourself. If you're obese, shake it off. Literally. Literally. Go for walks, take steps, bit by bit, incremental steps every single day. You're not going to drop 500 pounds in one day. It took you a while to get that weight on. It's going to take you a while to get that weight off. If you're anorexic or you just have no muscle mass, get on semen retention. It builds muscle mass. It builds energy. It builds confidence. That's the best protein shake that you can drink. It is literally, I said it yesterday in my last video, it is the elixir of life. Semen retention is the elixir of life. It's all you need and everything else will fall into place. You just have to get past the bitch in you. You have to get past the bitch in you of, what am I going to do without my girl and my woman? And you better figure something out or go back to her, pick up the phone and call her and start losing your energy again. And the situation will just get worse. You look at my you look at my channels and channels about semen retention, things of this nature, and the first thing guys do when they relapse, the first thing that guys do, that puts them in a position to relapse, I should say, the first thing they think about when they're about to relapse is the loneliness. They can't deal with the loneliness, and they realize how alone this journey really is, because you'll run into 10 guys every single day, and I guarantee you, you'll be lucky to run into one guy that's on semen retention. One guy that's on semen retention. It's an ancient practice, but it's a practice that works. But it's a practice that's outdated in what the mainstream media and the agenda, I should say, just the whole agenda. What the whole agenda is pushing is anti-semen retention, because they want to depopulate us. Georgia Guidestone's 500 million people under 500 million people. They want under 500 million people by 2030. It's 2025 right now. I don't know where they think everyone else is going to go. But 500 million people in the perpetual balance of Earth. That's what the Georgia Guidestone said before they blew it up. It's getting closer to 2030, so they don't want too many people knowing that they're about to be exterminated. There's about to be some type of genocide, I believe. Some type of mass genocide. And I'm not sure how they're going to do it with the vaccines or this fake UFO invasion that they got planned coming up. Whatever the fuck it may be. Star Wars, I don't know. But all I know is, can't get hit by a car here. But all I do know is that to survive what is coming, for you to be in perpetual balance with nature, you need to be on stream of attention. So fuck what the Georgia Guidestone says about being in perpetual balance of nature. That's just a whole bunch of rich people trying to reset that's going to reset us. There's a massive reset coming. The Great Reset Initiative already started in 2020. Look it up. It's in your legislation. Well, here in America, it is anyway. I don't know if it pertains to. I'm pretty sure it pertains to the rest of NATO and every other continent within our Antarctica Treaty that they disclose. But you got to be ready, and you can't be ready. How are you gonna be ready with no energy when you can't walk because your legs are too weak? Because all you do is give it to women and give it to the female entity, and that's just what you want to do. So you guys gotta understand. You guys gotta understand that this is a war. This is a war, and you can't save everybody. Everybody's not gonna be saved. You gotta understand that. You're probably not gonna save your mother. You're probably not gonna save your father. You're probably not gonna save, if you got kids, you're probably not gonna save your kids. You're not gonna save your girlfriend. None of that nonsense. You're not gonna do any of that shit. You gotta save yourself. That's what high time is. It's high time to save yourself and to get your mind right, because you don't know what's coming. Even if you don't live here in the States. Even if you don't live here in the States, shit is coming to you. I promise you. I promise you. I am an inquisitor of reality, and I am an inquisitor of history. History and politics and reality, science, geography. I study everything, but I go beyond. I go beyond. Long before I found out about stream of attention. It's how I found out about stream of attention. I found out about stream of attention because I've always been a study. I've always been a heavy study of everything. Even during my drug days and whatnot, I love to read. I love to study. It's one of my serious passions. It's up there. It's top 2 with fitness and studying. I love it because I want to know where the fuck I'm at. I want to know what the fuck is going on in this realm that I live in. What is Earth? What is this place? What is this? What are we as humans? What is our purpose? What makes us strong? What makes us weak? And I've lived long enough to where I've been able to break it down. I've been able to break it down fundamentally in a very simplistic manner. And when it comes to men, retaining makes you stronger, more confident, more bold. It allows things to align in your life in a proper manner. Conversely, if you don't, you already know what's going to happen. It's up for you. That's your ass. And you can't blame anybody but yourself. You can't blame the thought that you wasted your energy on when you should have just retained. You should have known that she was a thought. You should have known that was going to happen. You guys that are on this long streak of 30 days, 90 days, and feeling good about yourself, watch out for the trap. It's coming. It's coming. She's coming. And she's going to try and take your energy. She's coming. Oh, this is what I retained so long for. Nay. And you're going to regret it. I've been there, done that. You're going to regret it. So don't do it. Don't do it. She's not the one for you. It's just your turn. It's just your turn. She's not the one for you. And I don't think there is anyone for you. I don't think there's anyone for you. I don't think there's anyone for anybody. Because I'm a firm believer that we were never supposed to get married in the first place. That a man was never supposed to get married. Men used to be warriors. When you look back at the history that is actually correct, not the bullshit they taught us in school, like Christopher Columbus and Napoleon and all these other fake ass motherfuckers they make up just to, you know what I'm saying, give us some kind of semblance and making us feel like we actually have a history. But I'm talking about men that were warriors, men that were actually warriors. Do your history. They didn't walk around holding hands with women. They didn't do it. They did not do it. They were warriors. Men used to be warriors, and they're not warriors anymore. They're just weak. They're weak, and they need their girlfriend to feel complete. They need their wife to feel complete. They need their kids to feel complete. All this other shit, all this other nonsense, that's bullshit to me. It's complete bullshit to me, because if it's not bullshit, why are the majority of men unhappy that do it? I don't see a bunch of men jumping up giddy when they got their kids with them, when they're walking with their wife or their girlfriend. They look trapped. They look upset. They look frustrated. They look bitter. They look irritated. They look like they want to push them all out in front of a car and then just run off. I'm free! And that's why you have so many men that are just angry and bitter when you see them with their, no, that's supposed to be, that's what you wanted. Don't be angry now, don't be bitter. No, you wanted a girlfriend, you wanted endless, you know what I'm saying, her endless pussy and shit like that, and a bunch of nasty shit. You wanted to fuck up your life. You wanted to risk catching STDs. You believed her lies. You believed that she was a virgin. You believe that the goal is to be happily married, get a career, be happily married, have kids, get a house, and then everything will just work out. Bullshit. Bullshit. You did all this shit and you never took care of yourself. You got all these people, you got all these men out here that never ever took care of themselves, ever. Not once. Not from the time that they were a teenager. From the time that they were a teenager, they never took care of themselves, ever. They never took care of themselves. They never took care of themselves. And they were brainwashed from the jump. They were brainwashed from the jump. A lot of men out there are realizing that their entire life is over. And that's why you have all these guys that have these crazy midlife crises around the time that they're 30 or 40 or whatever the fuck it may be. They realize, what the fuck? I gotta do this shit for 18 more years or 20 more years. I gotta be married to this bitch for the rest of my life. Yeah, you're the one that fucked up and wanted to get married. So that's what you did. So now you gotta get a divorce. You gotta get a divorce. You gotta explain to your kids and all of this shit. And you gotta talk about, you're trying to pick up the pieces when there's not much time left in your life. And that's a sorry state to be in. I'm not saying you still can't find happiness, but you don't want to go that route, man. If you don't have to, if you're a young man listening to this, if you're a young man listening to this message, you don't have to go that route to where you believe the bullshit, where you have to get married and this is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do shit, but just follow your purpose and be your authentic self. So many men that are walking around that are married and that are trapped in baby mama's dramas, even if they aren't married, trapped in baby mama's drama. You ask them what they want to do in their life. So what did you want to be when you grew up? When you was growing up, what did you want to be? Oh, I wanted to do this. What happened? Why can't you do it right now? Do it right now. I can't. You can't. You can't do it. You can't do it because you're trapped and you fell for the trap. You fell for the trap. And now instead of winning the game, they played game on you. Now you're not in a position to even win the game because you allowed the female entity to play game on you and you fell for the matriarch's trap. The game. What is the game? The game is called life. You ever play that game? The game of life? I love that game. I've always loved that game ever since I was a child. And I understood it as a child, but I didn't take it serious and how much it applied to life. You play to win the game. You don't play to be a part. You don't play to be a part of the game, a part of the joke. And that's what happens if you don't recognize who you are. If you don't recognize your worth, your value as a man, your value as a male vessel. When you give energy away to those that you're trying to help and it is not reciprocated, a lot of you guys are okay with that. Oh, it just makes me happy to help other people. If you're not getting anything back in return, you're wasting your time. Energy needs to be reciprocated. And when it comes to females, females can't reciprocate that energy. Once you release your sperm, what's she gonna do? Give you life force energy back? This is something that keeps me far and away from females very easily, because I realize something that many men don't talk about when it comes to semen retention. That women cannot give you life force energy back. They can take it, and that's all they can do. But they can't give it back to you. They can't give you that glow back. Now they're glowing. You ever watch television? You ever watch Sex and the City? You ever watch all these other cinemas, all these other movies, and all these other people that talk about when they're talking about women, a woman that just got finished fucking, you know what I'm saying? The 600 dude that she fucked, and then all of a sudden she comes to work the next day, she's like, and her co-workers are all like, oh, you're glowing. Oh, you're glowing. You have you heard it before? Oh, you're glowing. Did you fuck someone last night? And then she puts on that slutty smile because that's what they do, you know? Because she's proud. She's proud that she was able to run game. She was able to run game on a sucker and take his energy. Women are related to the succubus. I am a firm believer in, I am not a believer in religion, but I'm a firm believer in other entities out there that I know exist. That I know exist. And I've had my own personal experiences with other entities out there, more so than I've ever had with anything that the Bible says or the Quran says or any of these other books. No, they want to hide the real facts from you. And succubus are real. Incubus are real. Incubus go after women, and they go after men too. And the succubus go after men. If you don't know anything about succubus, they're demonic entities. Demonic sexual creature entities. They look bad as a bitch and all that shit. And they take your energy, and after they take your energy, you die. They suck you dry and you die. And if you don't die, you are left in a very critical state. You're left in a very critical state. They don't always kill, but boy, you're left in a very critical state. And I'm a firm believer that we as humanoid creatures, we are related to these beings in some sort of way. I'm not sure how and what percentage, but the female entity, they take on too much of the characteristics of the succubus. So that right there told me all that I needed to know. And you can give your energy to the female entity if you want to, but it's not going to be reciprocated. I don't care how nice she is to you. I don't care how much she smiles. I don't care how she makes you feel. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose life. And your hairline is going to recede. And your skin's going to look ugly. It's going to look dry. You're going to start getting gray hairs. Your knees are going to feel like shit. Nothing is going to go right for you in your life. You're going to be confused. You're going to have brain fog. You're going to say, well, it's just because I'm tired. You're going to go to sleep, and you're not going to be able to sleep at peace well at all. You're not going to be able to dream about anything. You're just going to be tormented because your nervous system is out of whack. When you retain your seed, you align yourself. Your chakras align themselves properly. You're able to open your third eye. That's another reason why they don't want us to be on semen retention, because it awakens your third eye, your pineal gland. It's an actual thing. Pineal gland is an actual thing. It's actually a part of our biological makeup. Nobody just wants to talk about it because it's too powerful. If too many people start talking about it, then you know what I'm saying, the world government collapses, and we can't have that, right? You got to have everybody enslaved in this Antarctica Treaty that was established in 1957. So you got to understand. You guys got to understand. Like, don't fall for these traps. Don't fall for these traps. Win the game. You have to win the game, but you have to be in the game. You have to be in the game in order to win the game. In order to get in the game, you have to be on SR sobriety in earnest. Quit your cigarettes. Put it down. Never smoke another cigarette again. Clean yourself up. Shave. Every single day. Every single day. Shave. Take care of your body every single day. Take care of your hygiene every single day. Take care of yourself regarding what you eat every single day. Take care of yourself regarding working out, training every single day. Even if you're not going to work out, you need to stretch. You need to do something. Drink water. Cut out sugary products, high fructose corn syrup, things that are poisonous to you. So many processed foods. Everything is just so unhealthy here on Earth now, to where the only thing that a man can do is just retain, to counteract, to counter all of the shit that we see in the sky, that we breathe in, that are not contrails, that's full of lithium, graphene oxide, aluminum, you name it. All the shit that they put in the sky, with the lines in the sky and things of that nature that we know are not contrails. They're not contrails, they're chemtrails. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And it's poisonous and we breathe it in, but I'm a believer. And I know. It's not even just about being a believer. It's about knowing what works. It's the only way to counteract everything. The food isn't even food anymore. You know, it's hard to actually find actually good quality food. So if everything around us is poisonous and toxic, then your goal as a man should be to be as healthy as you can possibly be. To be as healthy as you can possibly be. And the only way that you can do that is to detox. Detox from everything. And to me, the detox, it was the hardest part for me. The hardest part regarding staying on stream of attention was the detox. And that whole feeling of feeling alone and feeling like I'm making a mistake. Like, why am I letting all these people go? I'm just alone and nothing is changing in my life. The frustration, the impatience, it's the facing myself, looking at myself in the mirror and realizing that, holy shit, I'm a liar, I'm a fraud. I don't know where the fuck I'm going in my life. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't have any goals. I don't have any ambitions. I don't have anything. I mean, I got a whole bunch of friends, I guess, but they also feel the same way, but they just won't say it because every time we get together, we always smoke. That's it. We smoke. And that's it. We smoke and we drink and we do a whole bunch of the same shit. Smoke, drink, fuck, party, talk about bullshit, talk about shit that we want to do but we never do it. And just rinse and repeat. A whole bunch of lost motherfuckers. And that's exactly what I was. And that's exactly what you can be too. And what you will remain to be. Should you not heed this warning, and should you not heed this message, that stream of attention, SR sobriety in earnest, quitting any and all addictions, is the way. You will find a purpose. The biggest thing to overcome is boredom sometimes. Well, a lot of times. The biggest thing to overcome is boredom when you're on this journey. But that's why you have to be active every single day. And that's why I make these videos now. When I wasn't able to make videos, the hardest thing to do was to keep retaining and to keep my mind focused on the purpose. Keep my mind focused on my purpose. It was tough, but I'm back. And the message hasn't changed. You gotta find things to do. You gotta go out and walk and things. You gotta go outside. You gotta go outside, and stream of attention will guide you. It will guide you. My goal is to leave the city. My goal is to leave the city eventually. I have an idea of how to do it, but things have not fallen quite in order yet. But my goal is to leave the city. My goal is to leave the city. And for that to happen, whatever your goals are, you need to understand that it's going to take time for things to work and for things to build and for things to categorize itself in the background of your life. And that's where stream of attention comes in. Stream of attention comes in. Being sober comes in. It comes in handy when you're trying to rebuild your life. And even when your life is rebuilt back up, you stay on it. Because as quickly as you feel things can happen for you in a good way when you're on stream of attention, conversely, it can go completely horrible and collapse. All because you betrayed God. You betrayed the power of God. And now you got to face the penalties. And the longer you're on retention, when you relapse, any relapse is a bad relapse, but the longer you're on retention and you relapse, you're able to see the ramifications of the relapse quicker, because things have been going so well for you for so long, and now you relapsed, and now things are going shitty for you immediately. The stream of attention penalties can kill you. There have been many that have died from relapse. What are you talking about? How do you know? Let's go watch the news. What are you talking about? Go watch the news. Guys die every single day. Guys die every single day over women. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? Well, what are you talking about? Go watch the news. You can pause this video right now. Go find an article of a man dying over a woman. A fool dies over a woman every day. It's just that simple. You're not supposed to die for women. You're supposed to live for yourself. You're not supposed to sacrifice yourself for women. You're supposed to live for yourself. You're not supposed to be concerned about people that don't want to save themselves. You're supposed to save yourself. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned with those that don't want to save themselves anymore. I'm just not concerned. I have no interest. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. And you're not going to save them anyway. People should want to save themselves. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's not complicated. You should want to save yourself. And if you don't want to save yourself, then that's on you. Those that don't want to save themselves, you need to leave them alone. You need to leave them alone. If they die, they die. That's their choice. You can't stop someone from wanting to commit suicide. They want to commit suicide bad enough. If they want to jump off the bridge, you may save them that one time, but you can't watch this person 24/7 with suicidal tendencies. Eventually, you're going to lose track of them and they're going to be dead. They're going to jump off that bridge or find some other kind of way to off themselves. This is the sad, cruel humanity that we live in. The sad world, sad world that we live in. A world in which so many don't want to live. And they won't vocally express it, but you can tell in how they move in life, their characteristics, what they allow into their life, what they don't allow into their life. It's easy to tell. It's easy to tell when someone wants to live or when someone wants to die. I hope you guys are having a prosperous day. I hope this message suits you well. If it doesn't, then you're on the wrong channel and you need to unsubscribe. Because everything that I say is not opinion, it's fact. Because I've lived every single thing that I've spoken about. And it's just that simple. You guys need to wake up. You guys need to wake up, and when you wake up, stay awake. You need to not run from the darkness. You need to not run from accountability. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your accountability. It is your responsibility as a male to be a man. Let's start there. It's your responsibility as a male to become a man. And you need to understand that not many are going to make it. Not many are going to make it. There's only going to be a few that actually make it. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. You can't save everybody. The old saying, everybody can't go. No, everybody's not going to go. And you need to understand that. You need to be cruel to win this game. The game of life. If you're not, then you'll succumb. You'll succumb to weakness. So don't succumb to weakness. Stay strong in your detox. Stay strong in your journey. If you relapsed, let it be your last relapse. Let it be your last relapse. Don't ever relapse again, ever. And go through the pain. Go through the vigorous pain that's needed in order for you to win this game. I'm Alpha T Fitness, and I'm signing off.